Hi everybody. In this lesson, I will talk about extension in Kotlin. So, what is extension? Extension means that you create a new method and add a new property to an existing class, and without inherited from this class. Now I create a new Kotlin file, mutable mutable list, and we have the function swap to element. This is a new function I add to the existing class or interface mutable list of string. So inside this we have some of the input property, input parameter of index of first element and second element. And firstly, the basic algorithm is get the first index from the mutable list, and it is index 1 and this 2. We have 2 elements and we swap 2 elements, and this is very basic algorithm to swap 2 element. You set an element to the time, and you set the new element to the old element, and you set the old element to the time. Okay, this is a basic algorithm for swapping 2 elements. So in this main function, we have a list of string is a mutable list of a string, a fixed string. We have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is some element of string inside this list. And here I can call to the previous function I have just defined by list on string dot swap to element. So this will call to the function I have just defined before. With the index 1 I assume 0 and index 2 3. So you can print out the result. Okay, so we see that 3 maybe first, and the 0 will be third. Okay, it is swap successful. So this is a function that I can extend or make an extension from an existing class or interface. So this is very basic. So I create a new Kotlin file, and inside this file we have I introduce you about companion object, like the static property or function. So if you want to define a static object or property, you can use this companion object, and inside the companion object you can add more function to here. For example, it is something like a static function in Java or any other programming language. So firstly, I can print out the p by calculation.p. So I call this by using class name dot function. It is like the static function in Java. So run. So we have a p. Okay, here it is a constant. It is something like to store some of the constant, etc. global variable in your application. What about the extension with companion? You can extend more function inside the companion object by using dot companion dot new function name. So the return value is float, for example, and inside this you can access to the previous previous function companion. Remember that f is float. Okay, float, and l is long. To return to star companion, remember dot companion dot p. So you can extend or add more function to a companion object. So in the companion object we have now the double p, means the p times 2. Then you can access this using, it is like the companion object, the normal companion object calling to double p. Okay, so run. So it is as a result here. Okay, so it is very useful when you want to add some static method using the companion object. Now we have class A. Class A have method A and method X. Remember of the method X. So we also have class B with method B and method X. So two class has the same method X. Yes, and now I tell you about calling this method from the extension. How can I do this using this example? For example, inside the class A, I extend the method B2 from class B. So this is how I extend a method inside another class. So inside this, I can call to method A. Yes, this is okay. Type method A, it will call method A of class A, but the method B is in class B. Okay, you also call method B in class B. Sure, it is sure because it is from class B, but you can using this. This mean class B. This mean class B. Okay, you can use this or without this. So now I create a new object B class for class B, and I call the method B2. Okay, why I cannot calling yes this? Why? Because you can only call this inside the class B, as it is the restriction. You only call this inside class A. So I define a new call B2 from A. Then inside this I can access to method B. Yes, because this function call is inside the class A, and surely I can call this from here because it is from class A. Okay, and run. So this is the output. Remember that you can only access the class method B inside the class A. Okay, and what about so let's show you an example of inside this I call the method is which method is the calling this is a method B, as is the method is in B. Remember that because I define it inside I extend the method B, method for class B. Yes, it is a method of class B because I calling in the extension of class B. Okay, but now if you want to call the method X from class A, you can use this at A. Remember that this at A will call method X of class A. Yes, and this tell you about the scope when you calling. Okay, it is X of class A. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Please subscribe to my channel.